Today my adventure begins right here in downtown Raleigh, North Carolina. I am so pumped. I'm here to actually try, some people says the best hot dog in North Carolina. That's a pretty big statement. I've had some really good dogs here in North Carolina over the years. Lived here pretty much my whole life. But now we're here in Raleigh to try a place that's called the Roast Grill. Maybe you've heard of it. It's been around a while. I think it's been around since the 1940s. Little Greek family started this restaurant back in the 1940s. They order all their hot dogs, not here locally, but they actually get them shipped in from Michigan of all places. They have a 100-year-old recipe to make their chili, and they do have a rule inside: no ketchup. Ketchup is frowned upon in this place. So I kind of went over, I found out my rules and stuff before I go in there. I'm just gonna order my hot dog today all the way: chili slaw, onions, and some mustard, and that's gonna be it. No French fries here or anything like that. They do have Coca-Cola products and stuff. They actually sell them like in the bottle. So that's what we're getting into today, but they open at 11:30. Right now at this time it's at about 11. So I got about 30 minutes to kind of walk around town, look at some things, look at some roadside attractions, maybe look at the state capitol building before we make our way back over to the Roast Grill. So should be a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and get started and kind of explore Raleigh just a little bit before we go get our hot dogs. And right here is the Daily Planet Cafe, which has absolutely nothing to do with the Daily Planet of Superman, you know, in Metropolis, Superman or Clark Kent, Lois Lane. They actually worked at the Daily Planet. But the Daily Planet here, it looks like it's a little restaurant, got a little cafe action going on there, and there's quite a few people going inside. But we will not be doing that today because we're going to eat some hot dogs. We're going to eat a hot dog that's so good that back in 1956, the king himself, Elvis Presley, went into the Roast Grill and scarfed down 6 of these hot dogs we're about to eat here in a little while. So I'm really pumped. I mean, the king of rock and roll ate hot dogs at the Roast Grill. Look at all those people walking across right there. This right here is the State Employees Credit Union building. And right here at it is this structure. This is actually a 70-foot tall globe. And this is called the Daily Planet. This is actually a roadside attraction. You can find this on Roadside America. And this is pretty fascinating. This thing is humongous. But we've seen the Daily Planet Cafe moments ago. And right here is the Daily Planet itself. Check that out. I like all the detail they put on here. I mean, you can see the mountains and stuff of South America right here. Got Brazil. That is pretty neat. That thing is just humongous. I can't get over how big the Daily Planet is. Pretty fascinating. And you can come see it right here at the State Employees Credit Union building in downtown Raleigh. And right here at the Daily Planet, they have a placard out here. It says, "Human computers, women mathematicians, many from North Carolina, executed complex calculations for U.S. military and NASA, 1941 to 1975 during World War II and the space race." That's cool. That's a little shout out to the women here. Human computers. All right, that was pretty cool. Got to see the Daily Planet. Now we're not too far away, about 2 blocks away, I guess, from the state capitol building itself. Let's go down there and check that out. And by that time, we should be able to scurry on over to the Roast Grill, get our hot dogs, do some eating. All right, now I've made my way over here to the North Carolina Capitol, and they have a World War II monument right here. It says this memorial is dedicated to the heroic men and women of North Carolina who served in America's wars. As long as the flame of freedom burns, the memory of their sacrifice for peace shall endure. And right there is the little flame. Really, really neat and very pretty. Very nice. Okay, let's we're going to head on around here. I also like how they have the branches of the military on each one of these little pillars right here. People who served in the Army, the Navy, Right here's the Coast Guard. I have a very dear friend I used to do a lot of sim racing with. He was in the Coast Guard. Jeff, if you're out there, thank you for your service. Right here's the Air Force. And not last but not least is the Marines. And I know somebody in the Marines right now serving. Thank you, Lane. I really appreciate your service. All right, let's move on around. And right here it says, come in, the Capitol is open. Let's take a little walk inside and see what's in here. All right, my friends, I have made my way inside the state capitol right here, and check out this sculpture. How cool is this? Bet you can't guess who that is. It's actually George Washington. And it was actually sculpted back in 1820. Thomas Jefferson had this Italian sculptor sculpt the first president of the United States, George Washington, as if he was Roman. Very interesting. But the original statue was actually destroyed 11 years after its inception by a fire. North Carolina missed it so much in 1970, they made an exact replica and placed it right here in the State House. Now, this State House here has a very, very tall ceiling. You could have easily sculpted a George Washington that was standing up, but they decided, no, we're going to keep this one because this one's different. Why? Because how often you get to see George Washington look like that? I think that is so cool. Got to see George Washington as I've never seen him before. Really cool little visit to the state capitol of North Carolina, the Capitol building. So that really worked out perfectly by the time we walk several blocks to the roast grill. They should be open. Be time to go eat some hot dogs. I've noticed this right here around town. I've seen quite a few scooters today, but they got this thing called Cardinal Bike Share. And there is a lot of bicycles here if you need one for rent. All right, my friends, I made it over here to Southwest Street. And check out this awesome mural right here on the side of this building. And if you see this mural or you see this artistic seats out here or tables, whatever they are, you know, these like little mushrooms, right next door to it, you'll see this Coca-Cola sign and it says Hot Wieners. And this is the roast grill. This is where we're going. This is where Elvis Presley ate 6 hot dogs back in 1956, right here inside of this structure. This is so exciting. It is open for business. Check this place out. You're talking about character. This is awesome. Look at this. I love the little lit up sign right here, the roast grill. That is so cool. And after you get your hot dog, it looks like you can get a haircut right here at Devil's. Devil's Haircut is right next to the roast grill. How interesting is this? Look at this place. There's another group of people going in. So we might as well go in and order our food. All right, so as I made my way inside the roast grill, it didn't take long to figure out this place is extremely small, very tight, not a lot of seating in there. But they have a lot of stuff. The walls are just decorated with all kinds of things and items and keepsakes. Has a lot of character to the place. And you can tell it was made back in the 1940s, and they've kept everything so original over the years. I mean, when I was inside, I could just picture Elvis Presley, the king, eating the hot dogs. I mean, it was just so awesome to go inside. They had this kind of a wall of fame with people that have tried to eat as many hot dogs as they could. One person was over 20. They also had man versus food up on the wall. It was just so awesome to go inside of that structure and get to see it and be there and smell the fresh chili cooking. I mean, it was just so nice. So I'm glad we got our hot dogs. We're gonna walk over here to the truck, try the hot dogs out, and we're gonna call it a day. We're gonna wrap it up and I'm gonna give you my thoughts. All right, and here is our roast grill hot dog all the way, slaw chili, little mustard, some onions. It's in there somewhere. I don't know where the onions are. I think they actually put the onions on the bottom of the hot dog here. So let's dig in. Looks really good. All right, here we go. This here's kind of what I'm dealing with here. Took my bite, a few bites of the hot dog. Really is good. I do like this hot dog. It seems very well put together. It's not like a messy dog, like you bite it and everything falls all over the place. Probably has a lot to do with the slaw that they have. Even though I prefer a very fine slaw with mayo and a little bit of pepper and things like that in it, their slaw here is a little bit more chunky, and but it goes really good with the chili. The chili's got a nice like consistency to it, so it's not messy at all. It's a very easy bite, and it's got some really good flavors. So really enjoy this hot dog a lot. Just think, Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, he ate 6 of these back in 1956. And here it is in 2025, and I'm partaking in this awesome hot dog. This is really cool. All right, that was a really good hot dog. Also at the Roast Grill, they give you everybody a Tootsie Roll when you're there. Like if you got it like us, we actually got it to go. But if you're inside and you're eating at the diner, they will actually just slide these to you right there on the diner before you leave. So a really nice little touch, very friendly. Anytime I see a Tootsie Roll, I'm an old Washington football, fan for the Washington Redskins. And I remember one of my favorite players, Dale Green, used to have this little commercial about Tootsie Rolls, and he would say he'd keep them in his sock in the game. He said that's what made him so fast. So there's your Dale Green. All right, my friends, that will pretty much do it for me today here in Raleigh, North Carolina. The Roast Grill, the hot dogs, really cool spot. If you're ever in the area, and you're here between 11:30 and like 3, definitely stop in there and try at least one hot dog. I think it is well worth your time. It's a really neat place. They have some free parking structures. We're actually in one right now. They got free 2-hour parking. And I see some other places kind of scattered around town, 1-hour parking and things like that. So parking, there's a lot of paid parking in Raleigh, but there is structures you can go to. If you go online and just Google free parking in downtown Raleigh, it will give you a list of parking structures that you can go park at. So that's what I did. So I'm fixing to check out of here. I've been here for almost my 2-hour limit. It's time to go and head on back to Wilmington. So thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed today's vlog, and I hope you come and try the Roast Grill hot dogs. I think it's a really good place. Till next time, friends, I'm the Hitchhiking Yeti, and I will see you in my next adventure. See y'all soon. Y'all stay safe out there.